say, Lil Nick? Hey, let me tell you this. We back at it again. Your favorite uncle, your favorite Theo. And we back with that. I don't even know who this is. Okay, look, I rehearsed that one a little bit. And it's, I don't know who these people are. Okay, I was listening to Drew Fort. Pretty sure it was Drew Fortune. I was listening to Drew Fortune, and I thought it was just one of his videos where he just talking about sleep token or something, and he ended up bringing this up. I guess he was going to do a reaction to it, and I stopped it real quick. I said, "Oh, let me stop it," because he looks like he's going to actually listen to the song. So I thought I'd check it out. So shout out Drew Fortune. Let's see where this goes. We got President in the flame of the Father. In the flame of the Father. And I think he was saying that they may be there. Everybody's kind of speculating, or rumors that this may be somebody that's a part of Sleep Token, maybe like 3 or 4, I don't know. Side project. They were saying something about a Sleep Token side project. I don't know, but let's just listen to it, see if we like the music, and we'll go from there. All right, so let's get it. In the flame of the Father. That's just a dope ass name. He did say he was masked. I took a drink because I didn't think I was gonna have to stop it real quick, but that shit was creepy as hell. That was creepy as hell. Okay, we're gonna try to make it through the song. God. What? That was bars, sir. Let's run that back a little bit.
We all choose to find hope, because hope is choosing to find meaning in a meaningless world.
I'm not gonna put that worship piece as a Sleep Token thing. So, it's, right. It's not enough evidence.
Yeah.
kind of sounds like Zayn right there for some reason. He kind of sounds like Zayn. Video. Okay. Okay, and of course they talk about pop on next. Okay. That was fire. That was fire. That was fire. I mean, I'm gonna just treat this as just a normal song. You know, I'm not gonna treat this as anything that has to do with Sleep Token. You know, and I like it. You know, I think it's dope. I think it's dope. The words are fire. I can't wait. Let's go through these words real quick and see what we can pull out of it. That line right there. That line right there. I was chewed out, spitting blood. Guess I was holding on to dust. Like I wasn't holding. I guess I didn't have what I thought I had. You know, I was chewed out, spitting blood. I don't know if that chewed out is, you know, like maybe his girl chewing him out or something. You know, maybe she nag. Maybe she's kind of like a nag. You know. He come up spitting blood. Guess I was holding on to dust. Man, I get that, bro. Can we wait for this feeling? But can we wait for this feeling to pass? It's like a drug feeding me in the dark. That's fire. Because that, you know, that a lot of us will ruminate on a feeling, let that feeling, you know, kind of sizzle, you know, or let it marinate, whatever term you want to use, you know. And a lot of people that, like, you know, to me that's kind of where depression comes in as well, because we allow a certain past, you know, or feeling, emotion, and we allow that emotion, or most likely it's a negative one, if depression is where you're at, but we allow that to to be what we ruminate on all night. And it's like, it's like a drug feeding me in the dark. Like they get, I don't want to say like getting off on it per se, but just kind of like an addiction that we don't know is really hurting us. You feel me? There's a lot of words to explain that, but I hope you get it. I hope you get it. But I forgot about that part. We're on the run from the king of terrors. Just look away. There's no need to scare us. Man, they don't be listening sometimes, bro. They don't be listening. They gonna scare you. They gonna figure it out.
To find hope, because hope is choosing to find meaning.
That part right there.
Because hope is choosing to find meaning.
We all choose to find hope, because hope is choosing to find meaning. Now, I would kind of disagree with that. We don't all choose to find hope. We all want to cling to hope, and we want hope. But just like you're saying, because hope is choosing to find meaning, most people don't want to find meaning. Most people don't want to go through that, that pain and that, the growing pains it takes to look inside of themselves enough to find any kind of meaning. I'm not saying that there's not hope, but I don't think that people understand what hope really is, and that you have to go out and you have to have hope. You have to find hope for yourself. Hope isn't just out there, waiting for you.
Hope, because hope is choosing to find meaning in a meaningless world.
In a meaningless world. Hope is choosing to find meaning in a meaningless world. And I guess that does make sense. I've definitely heard that term before, but never have I had to think about it in the perspective, in my current perspective on life. And that I would say that the world is a meaningless world, not because sorry, trying to figure out how to say this, just thinking about it right now. But, it's not a meaningless world because there is no meaning. It's a meaningless world because you get to decide what that meaning is, if that makes sense. Like there's everybody's perspective is unique, and we get to see things the way we want to see them. And that's also what is, crippling us as well, because we have so many entities that want to assign meaning to us and want to assign us meaning. And we get caught in that corral, of the herd, following what they want us to see the meaning as, instead of us being the goat of the bunch and saying, and breaking off from the herd and going to find that meaning on our own. If we all went out and found our meaning on our own, then this world would be a much better place. Because then we'll be used to understanding that there's different perspectives, and there's different ways to see things, So.
Find meaning in a meaningless world.
he's going with that. Oh, Father, I can't hear you yet. I could fit this very much into the, Christianity box. And, oh, Father, I can't hear you yet. I want to feel you near. It's suffocating. Scare them. And the Christianity that I grew up in was all about scared. I was all about the fear and being ruled by the fear and being run by the fear. Christianity at that time was all about, scaring you into shit. I don't know where he's going. I don't know if this is sarcastic. I don't know if this is I don't know if it's a metaphor. I don't know if he's talking about his real father. I wouldn't imagine he's not, because up here it sounds like he's talking about, a partner, or I guess I was holding on to dust, but can we wait for this feeling to pass? It's like a drug feeding me. Oh, I guess he could be talking about his father here. He could be talking about his father here in the King of Terrors. Maybe like a little kid. Maybe this is from from his kid perspective, his inner child, or or an experience when he was a kid. He had night terrors, and he's looking to his dad to help him. Oh, Father, I can't hear you yet. Yeah. Yeah. Make them worship, but the make them worship part, or he's asking God to help him with these night terrors, asking God to help him with what he's seeing, But this dude in his mask, man, this is creepy, bro. This is 100% creepy. I'm a fool, sucker for a fantasy. Man, yeah, that's that, living in your head, bro. Living in your head and thinking that those things are gonna, manifest, which, they can manifest. And, there are some other steps that you got to take, but, the sucker for the fantasy, though, sucker for, what's the Michael McDonald, what a fool believes he sees. I've been waiting to use that. I can't lie, man. I've been waiting to use that. But, I'm a fool, a sucker for a fantasy. You're a fable. You're a fable I could love. Heaven sent from up above. Like that's, yeah. Yeah. We get it. Heaven sent from up above. So here we go. I guess this is okay. All right. Wow. This is not where I thought this was going. Who is Christ Jesus? He is a true lamb of sacrifice, Father. I don't know where I want to go with this. I don't know where I want to go with this, because I just wasn't ready to go into this type of conversation. So, because there it is. I mean, I think that really brings it home that he's putting this in a more spiritual sense. He's got some demons that he's dealing with, and he's looking to God, the Father, to help him. He is the true Lamb of sacrifice. But that scare them now. That scare them, make them worship. Like that. Like I said, I don't know exactly where he's going with this or what he means by this exactly. All I could do is just take it as literal as possible and just throw my little 2 cents in. But this is not God is not to me, God is not the God that scares you into worship. Because that really wouldn't be free will. That'd be narcissistic to be like, I'm going to tell you that, that I want you. I'm going to give you the gift of free will. But then on the back end, I'm going to try to scare you and do what I can to make you worship me. That's the true narcissistic way, or the gas, it's gaslighting. And that's what it feels like here. And at the end of the day, sometimes that's really what Christianity feels like. So, like I said, I'm not really. I was not expecting this, and my mind is trying to conjure up the conversation for it, but it's like, man, maybe it's just too late or something, and I'm just not ready for it. So, I mean, but we'll get more into it, of course. As we continue down this musical journey that we're on together. Yeah, man, that was dope. It took a turn that I didn't think it was going to take. It really shut me down as far as, the conversation, because I just wasn't expecting that. I just wasn't expecting that at all. And, sorry if I disappointed, but hey, I don't want to force something and then I just start rambling, because I will ramble. 100% I will ramble. But hey, that was a dope song. I guess we'll see, where this pans, I'm not going to Download Fest or anything. So I guess according to what I was hearing from Drew Fortune, that it seems like they got an invite to Download Fest, but nobody even heard of them. Then this is their first, song on the catalog. So, it's got to be something crazy, going on. So yeah. So let's go on to the next one. So like, comment, subscribe, notification bell. I see you there. I will see you on the next one. All right. Let's move. Let's get it. Let's go.